The rectangles here do not line up, but they are off by about the same amount at the top and the bottom of the page. And so I think that means that the scaling is okay for the canvas versus the SVG coordinate system. The thing that needs to be different, it looks like the x-axis is fine, so they aren't shifted left or right at all, but they are shifted on the y-axis, up and down. So I think what I need to do is, and like all of these highlights look just about right, and the SVG is where the highlights are, and then the canvas is where the text comes from. So I think what I need to do is just isolate the section of the HTML that's related to laying out the canvas and the SVG, and see if I can figure out how to get them to align. I might just literally just make an HTML file that only has the exact HTML involved in putting these squares up here. I think that would probably be a reasonable thing to do. Let me go look at the text. App.cljs. Let's see. Yeah, so I'm not sure. I kind of want to know, is the red SVG or canvas? And same with the blue. I don't remember which was which. Okay, so here is the SVG, and it looks like it is blue. Okay, so that means the blue is the SVG, and it's a little bit too low. Okay, yeah, and that makes sense, actually, because this highlight is a little bit lower than it should be. It should be a little bit further up. But that, well, there was that one place where I added one to the y-axis. Where was that? Plus y1 plus 1y. There it is. Okay, so I don't want to do that. Oh yeah, I made hot reload work. Yeah, okay, so there you can see that the top of the text goes up above just a little bit. Okay, so, oh shoot, I don't think I can do just the HTML because the SVG, I mean the canvas needs some JavaScript in order to do this drawing. That's annoying. Okay, well, maybe I'll ask the AI to look at this entire file then, even though it's around 500 lines long. I guess I can go look at the structure. I wonder, yeah, I'm kind of curious to see what is in the structure here. Maybe I don't need to actually draw the rectangles or anything. I can just have this part, the canvas and the SVG that are next to each other, and figure out why. Oh, actually, they look like they are right on top of each other. Oh. I can see a slight difference though. Okay, so it says the dimensions right here as I hover my mouse over these. And one of them says, so this is the canvas, it says that it is 794.9 pixels? I don't know. But then the other one says 800.15. So the SVG says 800.15. Why? How tall is this? 800.15. Okay, so the canvas is just slightly shorter. How do I determine the height of the canvas? And then if I shrink the whole thing, I can't tell. I'm trying to look at these rectangles here and see if how they change as the PDF changes. It looks like they're off by the same absolute amount. About 6. Is it 6? Well, it's like 5 or 6. Okay, so then if I go way out here, Canvas 967.6 plus 5 would be 72.9. Okay, so it is like 5.3. Yeah, so it's the same amount off in absolute number of, I think, pixels. Why is that? Why is the canvas slightly shorter than the div that it sits in? Yeah, about 5.3. Okay. So I guess let's go look at the code and see if we can figure that out. Canvas created a canvas element, set the width and height to scaled VP. Where does scaled VP come from? Scaled VP comes from get viewport on page object. Where does page object come from? It comes from page data. Okay. So maybe the question is, why is the SVG and the div slightly taller than this? Why are the SVG and the div slightly taller than this? 5.3, 10.6 if you double it. Is that an important number? Not sure. So page data, render page with hover, page component, page comes from here, page comes from PDF data. Yeah, not sure. So the state has the PDF data inside of it, and then if there is PDF data, do this stuff. Otherwise, do loading. I wonder what the height of this would be. If it would be 10.6 pixels, if the font size is 10.6 or something. Does that set the size, and then when it switches to this div, that changes something? No. That's not the right place anyway. Page section component. That's not the right div. This is the right div. Page component. Page component has div PDF wrapper, which has inside of it the PDF canvas and the SVG. And the size of this PDF wrapper is... Should I just make the size of the PDF wrapper be the same as the size of the page object? Scaled viewport with height. No. Because the SVG is already that size. The canvas, I wonder if the canvas shrinks after being rendered or something? I'm not sure. Let's ask about why is the, let's see, when I change this, oh yeah, I fixed that all by myself. Add that file, add PDF extract.cljs, add, I think that's good for now. In the div with class PDF page wrapper, the height of, actually, no, it's not even that the heights are different, because here the red is above, and here the red is also above. So the heights are the same, but the Y offset is slightly different. No, wait, no. No, this shows that the SVG is 778 and the canvas is 773. So the height is different. Why? If I go down here, yeah, why is the height different? Okay, so the canvas is about 5.3, I think it's pixels, shorter than the height of the SVG. And the, wait, inside this, yeah, okay, the height of the surrounding div with class PDF page wrapper is the same height as the SVG. Why? Let's see what it says. The canvas element is an inline or inline block element by default, which means it sits on the text baseline and has an extra space below it for descenders. Ah. Okay, this is the classic inline element white space gap problem. Yes, that one. I sure know of that classic problem. In PDF Canvas, the canvas is rendered as plain canvas without any CSS to change its display mode. The browser treats it as inline, adding a few pixels of space below the baseline. The SVG, being absolutely positioned, doesn't contribute to the container's height calculation in the same way, but the container's height ends up being determined by the SVG's height 100%, resolving against the wrapper, while the canvas's actual rendered box is shorter by those baseline descender pixels. The fix is to add display block or vertical align bottom to the canvas element in PDF Canvas. I'm going to go with the display block. Let's see if that works. canvas. And that was a style alongside these. Okay, style. I hope this doesn't cause other things to go wacky. Let's find out. Yay! That looks pretty good. The form lines up. Oh, that's great. Okay, cool. Well, I don't know how long that would have taken me to figure out without the AI, but I'm glad the AI was there. Shoot, I forgot to make a commit out of that. Okay, so let's make a commit out of that. Still don't care about all of that, or that. I hope it's easy to separate. It is not. Is it? Where is it? Canvas, display block. Oh, okay, yeah, I can do just that part. Make canvas and PDF or SVG the same height. Yeah, that's good. All right. I'll push that, and that'll be B3BC84. C.